is an experimental video. Hi, welcome to Ed Foodie. Today we're going to make a little snack here that hopefully is going to be really quick and easy and really be good. I'm going to make some baked Brie bites. I saw a recipe in a magazine that looked really good, and I'm going to try to make it a little bit more simple. We'll see what how it tastes. I'm going to use, I just got one of these small cans, 6-ounce can, butter tasting biscuits. You want the kinds with the flaky layers. So this has, looks like 5 biscuits in it. And I was thinking you could peel these in layers. It looks like it kind of is. I think we'll just try to do one here, kind of see how I've pulled one layer off and try to find another space in here. So it looks like we might be able to split one layer into 3 pieces, or one biscuit into 3 pieces. Meanwhile, I have some Brie cheese, and what I bought was a 7-ounce wheel. So what we're going to end up doing is cutting pieces of the Brie and put them in the center of this. So as you cut this, I'm just going to take a wheel. I've got it cut into 4ths. And then I'm just going to start putting in some slices. You know, you got to do it not too much because you don't want it to seep out the sides. But you also want to get a good taste of the Brie in there. So I've taken a 4th and cut that into 5 pieces. Now take your nice slice of Brie, put it like right in the center, then take one of your other slices of the biscuit, put it on top, and then the real key thingy here is to make sure you pinch this together really good. You don't want that leaking out. And we'll do, this was a pretty good chunk of cheese in there. I'm gonna maybe do the next one not so big. And I've got a parchment lined cookie sheet. As you know, usually when you buy the baked Brie, it's usually got some kind of either a savory or a sweet and a little bit sour type mixture in them. So what I'm going to do with the next 3 we make here, I've got some tamarind paste. You can get that in the Asian section or the Indian section of your grocery store. And tamarind paste is it's really got a kick. It's really sour, but it's also got kind of a sweetness taste to it. And so that's why I think it'd be a good combination. We'll do this here. The other thing you could do is have like an orange marmalade. I guess you could buy it at the store, and after it's done baking, you can kind of pour some of that on top. As a matter of fact, I think what I might do for these 3 plain ones is I might try to whip up just a real quick little orange marmalade type sauce, and we can try that too. And we can make that while these are in the freezer. because I'm gonna put this paste in there, I just took one biscuit and pulled it in half. Then I'm gonna stretch this out a little bit, kind of like you do with a pizza dough. So this stuff is, you know, it's maybe something like apple butter. It's not real thick, but it's, and I'm just gonna put in, you know, not much, maybe I don't know what that is, 1/8 of a teaspoon. Then we can take our Brie. The other option to make these, you can buy the crust at or that pastry at the store in the freezer section. I kind of looked around, I didn't see any in ours, so I just thought, hey, this might be even easier. It'll be like a puff pastry. This is going to be more like a real baked Brie, I think, so it may even be better. I don't know. So the two big ones in the middle will have this tamarind paste. All right, so while I go and start making my orange marmalade sauce, I'm gonna put these in the freezer. This marmalade sauce may take about an hour to make because it's gonna simmer for a long time so it gets nice and thick. In the meantime, I want that Brie maybe a little bit colder than just in the refrigerator, so that when we put these in the oven and bake it, it won't just melt all over the place. Okay, to get started on our orange marmalade sauce, I've got one small medium orange. I'm going to cut it in half. Cut it in half. So basically we're going to have 8 little half moons. If you don't like the marmalade sauce real bitter, you can only use 4 of those half moons of the orange rind and then peel off the other 4 and throw that away. I'm going to take the zest of a half of a pretty small lemon. All right, that's about half of it, I guess. I'll cut that lemon in half and use the part where I zested and just put in the lemon juice. I don't want any seeds getting in there. Add 1/3 to 1/2 cup sugar, depending on your sweetness preference. And 1.5 cups of water. I'm going to put this on the stove top, bring it to a boil, and then turn it to a very low simmer. And simmer for about 45 minutes. All right, so my orange mixture, I let simmer for about 45 minutes, and then I let it cool off just for a few minutes, because what we're going to do now is put it into a blender, or if you want to use a food processor. The main thing on the oranges is just to make sure that the peel is nice and soft. That's good. We're going to use this as kind of like a dip. We're going to dip these baked Brie bites into this. So now we can just pour this into a little dipping bowl. Ooh, little pop there. Okay, so we can just set this aside, kind of let it cool off a little bit. And then right before we serve these up, we're gonna put in one final little explosion of flavor into this orange marmalade dip. So let's pull out our pastries from the freezer. Here we are. And we have to remember our two on the side is the one with the tamarind paste. And then these four, we're going to use the orange marmalade dip. So I'm going to take just a little knife and kind of cut into each one of these a little bit. And that's mainly to let some of that steam out so they don't just leak out the sides. My oven preheated to 375. The instructions on the biscuit package said 400 degrees for 11 minutes. I'm going to turn back the temperature a little bit to 375. I'm going to probably look at these in 10 minutes, turn them halfway, then try to cook them or bake them another 10 minutes. We'll see how brown they are. So before we put them in the oven, we'll put in our egg based here. We'll brush the tops. All right, let's add our last little fancy ingredient here to really make this a unique flavor. I've got some Dijon mustard. I'm gonna put in maybe about a half a tablespoon. The citric lemon and the orange, the bitterness of it. We got this Dijon mustard, little punch, and then just the sharpness of the Brie. Should really get a nice, good mix of flavors. Yeah, that's good. It kind of tones down that bitterness of the orange peel. Yeah, that's really good flavor. All right, so I baked them for 10 minutes, turned them halfway, and I've only baked them for about another 5 minutes. They're starting to turn a little bit brown on top, so I pulled them out. We're gonna let these cool off, put them on a serving plate. I got a little bit of spillage. I guess I could have pinched the edges of the dough a little bit better together, but we'll taste these and see how they do. All right, let's give these a try. Now remember, these are not for the faint. We got, Brie. It's got a strong taste to it. Orange marmalade with orange peel, pretty strong taste. Mustard's in there, so I know I'm gonna love these because I love all these real strong, bold tastes. So I'm gonna try just one of the regular ones here first. Yeah, so here they are. I'm going to dip this into my orange sauce, or dip. That's more like a dip, I guess. Yeah, I like these. Just, something different. It was pretty easy to make. Actually, I think they're better just plain without the dip. All right, now let me try one of these with the tamarind paste in the middle. Actually, I like this a little better than the orange. It's more sour, not quite as bitter. But actually, I think the plain's the best. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up.
please subscribe to Ed Foodie right over there. Thank you so much for watching.